good morning, and welcome to E-Corner, your weekly dose of entertainment, culture, and everything in between. Most definitely, I'm sure you know the drill. If it's making headlines, if people can stop talking about it, then get ready to eat, because you'll definitely be served. Now, this week gave us a mix of surprises, you know, big wins, and even bigger questions. First, the Ghana Movie Awards made a sudden comeback after 3 years, and let's just say it wasn't exactly what we expected for a comeback. We'll get into the whys and hows of it all, including those controversial award plaques. Also, some major shakeups in Ghana's creative and tourism space, new appointments, new faces, and new expectations. We'll take a closer look at the newly appointed Ghana Tourism Authority CEO, the newly nominated Deputy Minister for Tourism, plus a well-known face in entertainment stepping into politics with his nomination as Deputy Minister for Food and Agriculture. And of course, we can't ignore the biggest night in global music, the Grammys. Africa showed up and showed out. And yes, Ghana had a hand in one of the wins. I'm Noella Kareniali, and it's all coming together right after this. Stay with me. Welcome back to E-Corner. Now let's get into business. First up, the Ghana Movie Awards. Out of nowhere, it made a comeback after 3 years of the event being rested. I would have said 5 years, but 2 editions were virtually organized. So yeah, after taking a break for 3 years, and quite interestingly, a week after the swearing-in ceremony of President John Dramani Mahama, the event just happened one evening. No publicity, no build-up to the event. The event just happened. And so instead of excitement, it left a lot of people asking loads of questions about what exactly happened behind the scenes. Well, Fred Nyama is the organizer of the Ghana Movie Awards, and his explanation is quite a story. Listen.
It's a bit political. Unfortunately for us, when we started, we didn't know that the government would be using Accra International Conference Center as their transition office, one. And then secondly, we also didn't know that the government was going to use the place as their seat of government. So there was a bit of restrictions on us.
You mean you didn't have prior knowledge of this?
Well, that's what I'm saying. We didn't have. I mean, I didn't know that they were going to use the place for those 2 things happening.
So how did this affect the publicity of the event?
It because you couldn't bring a lot of people to the place, so we decided to go quiet and concentrate only on the industry. That's what I'm trying to say. Normally we do billboards, we do television ads here and there. We do other stuff as well. But because we wanted to limit it to some few number of people, we decided to go low this time.
Was that the only option? I mean, the venue?
You can say that, because we wanted a theater sitting. We didn't want a dinner setting. So we decided to go for the theater one.
So yeah, the sudden organization of the event was because some politicians and members of the transition team were holding a meeting at the same venue. Sounds good? Yeah? No? Well, that's all you get. But apart from the sudden organization of the event, some Ghanaians also raised questions about the type and quality of plaques given to winners of some categories of the awards. And if you're wondering what those plaques looked like, take a look. So that's the plaque, famously nicknamed the Papa plaque. And if you're one of those making wild guesses about the creative thought process that went into settling on a kind of plaque like that? Well, Fred Nyama, once again, has some answers.
Okay, I do know that it's Ghana Movie Awards and Ghana TV Series Awards. Now, it's the Ghana Movie Awards that we have the trademark with a gold-plated plaque. When it comes to Ghana TV Series Awards, because we didn't have a trademark, we started with the golden plaques. We went somewhere else, and then they tried this one as well. So those who had the fund, aka the papa, they are the Ghana TV Series Awards people. So Ghana Movie Awards did not present papa, but the two events were held the same night.
Good one there. Fred, did you have prior notice of what that particular plaque looked like before the day?
Oh, no, I saw it, bro. I mean, let's face it. This is, you see, normally we go to China, India, and other places for our plaques, right? So if my team is saying they want to come out with something locally, of course. Now, also, let me say something here. You know, you can't challenge artists. What they see, we don't see it. For example, if you go and check on Mona Lisa, that small photograph, I'm sure the cost of that photograph would not even be more than $400.
Okay.
When they want to sell, it's about billions of CDs. So when it comes to artists, they can pick anything and do anything on it and tell you that, oh, this thing is $3,000 or this is so and so.
Fred, you are a creative. You are a creative, and I know a huge one of that. Were you impressed with that particular, creative work as a plaque for winners? Were you impressed with it personally? Personally,
when I was okay. I was okay with it because it was made in Ghana. So I was okay.
Okay.
Until people started complaining, I went back and I told the team, I said, listen, if you are giving something to people and they seem not to like it, it's okay. They are golden, so maybe they want something golden.
Okay, so background of the feedback, are you going to change that next year?
Oh, definitely. As I said earlier, you see, with the TV series, most of the plaques they get every year, they are temporary. We are.
So you heard from Fred Nyama there. It's interesting how he personally accepts that the plaque is famously nicknamed the Papa plaque. But anyways, let's now shift gears to governance. When it comes to tourism in Ghana, I'm sure you would agree that, or that we all know there's potential, in the industry. I mean, the culture, the heritage, the festivals, the landscapes, we've got it all. But the big question has always been, are we doing enough to sell it to the world? Well, a new captain is steering the ship at the Ghana Tourism Authority, and all eyes are on her to see how she plans to shake things up. Just days ago, the government officially appointed a new CEO for the authority. She's a fresh face at the helm, bringing fresh ideas, new energy, and of course, loads of expectations, especially because of who she took over from. And I mean, if you like, the admirable work he had done with the authority in the last 8 years. Plus, she's a woman, which is one of the things I'm excited about. But what is her background looking like? Who is she? Well, Mami Efua Wajeto is a distinguished professional with over 2 decades of expertise spanning event production, project management, and leadership. She's the founder and chief executive officer of Image Consortium, a firm renowned for its strategic communications and branding solutions. Concurrently, she serves as the manager, or the managing director, I should say, and creative director of IE Designs, where she oversees, bespoke interior and exterior design projects, merging aesthetic creativity with functional precision. As a prominent member of the National Democratic Congress as well, she served as Deputy National Women's Organizer and later the NDC's parliamentary candidate for the Infantsiman constituency during the 2024 elections. So that's a succinct bio about her. But this week, our cameras followed her to mark her first day in office. If you can look at that, you can take a look at those visuals. So yeah, it was a mixture of some individuals, some personalities, of obviously the outgoing GTA CEO graciously was there as well. Now, she briefly spoke about how poised and committed she is to making the authority and the industry as a whole excel.
To serve Ghana, and I believe that there's a lot there's a lot to learn from them, and also there's a lot from me to give Mother Ghana.
A few words, I guess, very, very brief and succinct, plan. But I guess as the days goes by, we'll take a look. We'll be looking at her keenly, especially because, of course, she's a woman. We're hoping she brings some Midas touch to the authority. But her predecessor, Mr. Akwesi Agyeman, who gracefully joined her at her first day at work, suggested to her to consider reviewing the year of return policy, specifically, actually, December in Ghana. Let's take a listen to Akwesi Agyeman.
We've done it for 5 years, and it's time for a review. I mean, last year, because of the election, we didn't really get the time to do an assessment of the 5-year. But I think we have time, and I will urge the new CEO, Mamiefo, to take a look at it. How does that integrate into the broader vision of the Black Star experience, and how can it be made better? I mean, for me, everything has to be improved. I mean, we've done well, but there is so much that can be done. And so a review of December in GH is required. And when I talk about review, it's not to take away from it, but to add on to the experiences. Like you said, some of the events must also cater for children. Some of the events must cater for families, the adults. I mean, I see a trend where it's becoming more like for the Gen Zs.
So you heard from the outgoing GTA, or should I say the outgone GTA CEO Akwesi Agyeman there. But tourism isn't just about beautiful destinations. It's a whole industry that thrives on strong leadership, strategic planning, and the right people making the right decisions. Already, we have the very capable Honorable Ablajifa Gomashi leading the Tourism, Arts and Culture Ministry. But this week, the government nominated a new deputy minister to support her in driving excellence and innovation in the sector. But who is he? What experience does he bring to the table? And what could his appointment mean for the future of Ghana's tourism industry or ministry? Well, Honorable Yusuf Isaka Jaja is a member of parliament for the Ayawaso North constituency. He was a research fellow at the Interministerial Coordinating Committee on Decentralization in Accra from 2013 to 2016. He was also a consultant of oil and gas from 2011 to 2012 at MDPI and Goodwill International. He hails from Bole in the Savannah region of Ghana and earned his MBA in International Oil and Gas Management from the University of Dundee. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right, but yeah, that's in Scotland, and has a BSc in Accounting from the University of Professional Studies, Accra, UPSA, and also graduated from the Institute of Chartered Accountants in Ghana. That is a brief bio about our newly nominated Deputy Tourism Minister. And already some folks in the creative industry have raised concerns about his nomination, considering his background. But if you ask me, it's a fair balance, considering the background of, the main minister. She's a fully fledged creative, person. She's from the creative industry. And so, it gives that a good balance. As to what he'll be bringing on board, well, I don't know. I don't have the answers. But we'll keep our tabs on him and keenly follow his vetting sesh, like the Gen Zs will put it. That's session. But yeah, they call it sesh. And report back to you, right? But now let's get on to the plot twist. Even the Ghanaian film industry couldn't script. I mean, that's not a shade. I'm just saying facts, okay? From the big screens to the big leagues of politics, John Seto Dumelo is really uplifting the image of creative or individuals in the showbiz industry. Now, this week, the actor turned politician bagged a major role, nominated as Ghana's Deputy Minister for Food and Agriculture. It's a huge step, but let's be honest, it's not entirely surprising, especially if you've followed Dumelo's journey. You'd realize that he's been knee-deep in farming for years, advocating for agriculture and food security, and now he gets the platform to make an even bigger impact. So kudos to him, and we hope he finds success in diligently contributing his quota to the country through food and agriculture. Finally, can we talk about the biggest night in music, where dreams are validated, careers are cemented, and history is made? The Grammys is what I'm talking about. And this year, Africa once again had its moment in the spotlight. Nigerian superstar Tems took home yet another Grammy for the Best African Music Performance with her Love Me, Jeje song. Have you heard that song? If you haven't, you probably should get onto any, music streaming platform. It's really nice. Even more nice because I know that it has a Ghanaian connection, okay? And I'll tell you the Ghanaian connection. One of the key producers of the song is none other than our very own Guilty Beats. Yes, Ghanaian talent played a role in crafting a Grammy-winning masterpiece. I'm sure you don't mind watching some highlights. I mean, apart from Tems winning on the night, there's so many big wins. Doechii, a lady who has been doing music for quite a while, but she released 2 singles, and I guess the creative process that went into it blew her up all once again. And so she also won huge on the night, as well as Beyonce, who finally, bagged, Album of the Year. You remember last year, Jay-Z, during his acceptance speech, controversially, I don't even know how to put it, whether he criticized the Grammys or he insulted or whatever it is, he said something to the tune of him not being happy about Beyonce not winning Album of the Year. And so this year, she won it. Take a look at some highlights from the Grammys.
The stars glistened in Los Angeles last night as artists gathered for the 67th annual Grammys.
Cowboy Carter.
And it was a night to remember for one of music's biggest stars as Beyoncé finally won Best Album, 25 years after first trying. With nearly 100 categories in all, the continent was paying particular attention to the Best African Music Performance.
The Grammy goes to.
That award was won by Nigerian singer Tems for her hit song Love Me Jeje. And after winning the Best Melodic Rap Performance 2 years ago, Tems is now the first Nigerian to ever win 2 Grammys.
I feel blessed, and I feel like as much as I think, I have something and I'm talented and I have all these gifts, there's so many talented African young artists in Africa that are going to come out and even do more than me.
This year marks only the second time that the Grammy Awards has recognized African music with its own category. But the awards were not without controversy, as the Grammys were criticized for including American R&B star Chris Brown in a category meant for African artists. Many African musicians also felt the Grammy judges did not have sufficient knowledge of the diverse African music genres, with the hope being that this will change from next year onwards. Majid Mohammed, BBC News.
So in case you missed out on the Grammys, there you have it. I was also very much excited for Chris Brown. I mean, that guy's story just blows my mind, and I'm so happy that he's winning all again. He's having his moments, sharing in the spotlight and all of that. So congratulations to Chris Brown. I know he's watching. Yesterday I spoke to him actually. He's doing okay. He's doing fine. Greetings from Chris Brown. But anyway, speaking of Ghana, our presence at the Grammys is growing stronger each year, okay? Music icons like Rocky Dawuni was there. I saw him in a video talking to Vibes Cartel. Also, King Promise was there. You know, he was rubbing shoulders with the biggest names in global music. I saw him also interact with Kai Cenat. I brought you all those. Yeah, that's the visual. So that's, and if you don't know Kai Cenat, well, he's like the biggest streamer in America right now. Almost all, you know, the biggest celebrities, Hollywood celebrities, music, global icons, you know, they all go onto his, you know, platform to sort of sell themselves. He's more or less like YouTuber Koji Sheldon, okay? So yeah, that's just for old and gray millennials, in case you are not so much in touch with the Gen Zs. But beyond just showing up, the big question remains, when will a Ghanaian act also share the big stage with a performance and, you know, also give a heartwarming winning speech like we've seen the Burna Boys do, we've seen the Davidos do, we've seen Thames do. I don't know about you, but you see these fingers? I'm keeping them locked because I still have, you know, hopes that definitely one day, if it's not going to be a Stone Boy, it probably would be a Shatawale, it probably be a Samini, it probably be a Sarkodie. You never know. Or any of the new guys, Kojo Black, whom I'm very much excited about. Next week, I'll be telling you more about Kojo Black, so you should look out for that. But hey, that's how we wrap up this week's edition of E-Corner. From Ghana making waves at the Grammys to new faces stepping into leadership roles in tourism and agriculture, it's clear that the entertainment and creative sector are evolving or is evolving in exciting ways. But the conversations shouldn't end here. Let's keep the energy going. What are your thoughts on these stories? Which one stood out the most for you? You can hit me up on my socials at Karen_Yali. And let's keep the discussions alive, okay? I'm very friendly, I'm very nice. You can just share your thoughts with me, share your suggestions with me as well. I'm very much open to listening to you and sharing your thoughts, your ideas right here on E-Corner. It's about you and I, okay? So same time, same place next week. I'll be back with more of the biggest entertainment highlights. Until then, stay plugged in, stay entertained, and as always, stay fabulous. Okay, baby? Stay fabulous. Wow.